Hello, everybody. I am Venomous Pie. You guys know me full well as the Pinkie Pie of the group, and yes, I am totally dressed as a chicken. Don't ask why. Welcome to Season 2 of Bronimaniacs Discuss. I have with me here today our Trixie of the group, David Stipperford.
I am back in all-powerful form.
We have our Mod Pie of the group, which is Little Looney.
The fun has been doubled.
Featherbangs, Ball Twist.
What?
Oh, wake up.
But it's nighttime.
No, we have to do a podcast.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Balto, but aren't bad ponies supposed to be nocturnal?
I'm different.
It's Bad Pony, don't question it.
The power of bullshit compels you.
Fuck off.
We have Twilight, Mr. Sharpwit.
Welcome, one and all, to your worst nightmare.
What were you smoking?
Hey, that was very well done.
Yep, we have Sunset Shimmer, Crimson.
May the celestial blade guide the path to light.
Fair, because it dressed up as a royal guard. And we have Rainbow Dash, which is Kanata.
What do you know? A MLP holiday episode that actually fitted in, that actually aired in the same month that the holiday is in.
Kanata, you better not be pranking anyone but that storm cloud I see above me.
What?
You'll see what I mean later. Anyway,
Alright.
we also have our cheese sandwich, which is Drizzle.
Beds are an illusion.
And we also have a special guest. Please welcome a very good friend of ours, Desert Rainstorm.
Hey.
And yes, the episode we'll be focusing on today is Lunar Eclipsed. An episode that quite a lot of fans talked about when it first aired. And I'm thinking you already know why that is right off the bat.
Best princess.
And did those coming. So anyways, you guys know how this works. We go in a random order on our positives for the episode, and we have to name one thing, and then we would go in reverse order on our negatives. Again, only one thing to say. And after that, we will give our final rating. So, I think, let's see, who should go first? How about you, Sharpwit?
I knew that one coming.
Give it Trophy the crown, okay.
It starts with the build it. Get it right.
Anyway, what I like about this episode? I think I like how the episode once again incorporated the real world holidays like the Halloween, but adjust this to actual events from the Equestria, because come on, I have no idea what's the point between Halloween, but at least here that it has some point to celebrate the defeat of Nightmare Moon, kinda, sorta.
Mm-hmm.
And even created some few fairy tales and stories to scare children's, fillies. Sorry.
Same difference.
No big difference. So yeah, that's pretty much that's my positive.
So you like how I incorporate the holiday?
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that's always nice. It's not literally copycat of the actual holiday, but getting the holiday and adjust this to the environment of ponies, just like they did with the Christmas.
But if you think about it, it's a mixture between Christmas and Independence Day. If you think about it.
There is not much to think about it. It is the mix.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, who do you pass it off to?
Let's see. There is another pony that plays a big role in this episode. So, how about you, Venom?
Oh, okay. Funny you should mention that, Sharp. I think my biggest positive for the episode is Twilight herself. I really love how Twilight was portrayed in this episode as sort of a mentor figure for Princess Luna, getting her to adjust with the times, and also, trying to get the respect from the ponies around her who are afraid of her for obvious reasons. I really like how Twilight is she was very intelligent, she's very level-headed, and yeah, I do think that she's the best character in the episode. And I'm very glad for that. And that's probably the biggest reason why I really like the episode, is because of Twilight herself. That said, I'm gonna pass it off to Looney.
Ugh, okay then. Princess Luna, best princess. Need I say more?
It's a funny way to say Celestia.
Okay, in all seriousness, I think this episode made for a great introduction to Princess Luna's character, since she barely got any screen time in the pilot.
And hasn't appeared since.
Exactly. And after being trapped on the moon for thousands of years, it's easy to imagine that Luna would be so detached from society.
Mm-hmm.
This episode gave me a lot of my favorite Princess Luna moments.
Yeah,
such as Zakova's tale of Nightmare Moon arriving on Nightmare Night and following ponies who don't give her candy.
by the way, that's probably the best I've ever seen from Sakura.
Really was. She fluttershy trying to help her speak softly was comedy gold. Oh, Twilight and Nightmare Moon. Ah, Nightmare Moon. Not to mention her speech patterns with the Royal Canterlot voice.
You will obey.
Yeah, this episode definitely cemented Princess Luna as my favorite princess.
It was a good introduction for her, no doubt about it.
And that's why Princess Luna herself is my positive.
Who do you pass it off to?
See, I'll pass it off to Hat Pony.
Hit bunny? Okay, so my positive is just both my positive and negative are simple, by the way. But positive is just the fact that Twilight is willing to just try to help Luna despite her friends and Spike trying to tell her against it, and knowing that she's just right all along and that everyone else is stupid.
Yeah, once again, Spike got the short end of the stick.
Usually he's the voice of reason in these situations, though.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about just his costume, which is probably the most unimaginative.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's simple. I guess go David.
Go ahead, David.
Oh, okay, my turn. All right. Okay. My positive for this episode in particular was the setting. Now, we all know that we get a lot of good holiday episodes when it comes to My Little Pony.
Indeed.
But this episode was one of the first holiday episodes that set the tone for like a celebration.
Actually, I think it's the first.
Yeah, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Wasn't Heartwarming Eve? Didn't Heartwarming Eve come before Lunar Eclipse, though?
No, it didn't.
No, Lunar Eclipse is like the second episode of the season 2, counting opening as a 1, and Heartwarming Eve came later in the season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. For a moment, I thought Heartwarming Eve came in season 1. My bad.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's fine.
You think I'm bad with that?
But yeah, just how the setting was in this episode. They're celebrating their first Nightmare Night, I can't say it's the first Nightmare Night, but it's the first one that we were introduced to from the show.
Well, this is the very first Nightmare Night for one pony.
Yes, that's true.
Good old Pipsqueak.
Yeah, I think Pipsqueak was so excited in this episode too.
He was adorable.
He was so adorable in his little pirate costume. Oh my god.
I've even seen people in cosplay contests have, like, newborn children cosplaying as him.
Yeah. And I also think that Pip should get more recognition in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, so. Yeah, so I think that's my positive. I'm going to pass it off to... Did Kanata go yet?
Nope.
Then Kanata, you're up.
Okay, my positive for this episode is the scene with Twilight and Luna going to Fluttershy's house. That one scene alone was like the funniest moment of the episode and was one of the funniest scenes throughout the entire season, in my opinion. The way it was kind of like set up, of like Twilight trying to tell Luna about how Fluttershy is just like gentle and everything, just to see Fluttershy scream like we probably have not seen her scream before, at least not before the season 1 finale when she screamed it like that. The way that Twilight went inside the house and you hear all those sound effects. The way her and everything to prevent her from going back inside. It was just one of the funniest scenes throughout the episode and one of the funniest scenes throughout the entire season 2, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that moment did make me laugh really hard.
Yeah. And that's all I have to say for my positives. Has Crimson gone yet?
No.
Alright, I'll pass it off to Crimson.
Okay, for my positive, what really interested me was a bit of a good laugh, how everyone didn't know what Twilight was dressed up as.
Oh, that running gag.
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
I felt bad for Twilight that she was the only one that knew who she was, and I'm like, oh, I feel bad. But the only pony that knew was Luna.
Which is fitting.
Just go on. Sorry.
Yeah, there were a few good moments for that one, and that always got me to laugh each time. I enjoyed it, and yeah. Okay, who hasn't gone next?
Just Drizzle and Desert.
All right, I'll choose our rain cloud over there.
Alright, Drizzle, you're up.
Okay, so my positive is probably going to have to be the attention to details to the costumes that all of the background ponies wear. They were all given a costume, something for the holidays, right? Rather than just being in the background, they all got some sort of thing, so nothing stands out from the rest of it.
Yeah, that was just pretty standout. I think my favorite costume in the entire thing was Sakura's.
Yeah, Zakora had a nice costume, and Pinky's matched her random nature, that's for sure.
Don't know why, but Pinkie Pie's costume makes me crave chicken pot pie.
Thank you, Lenny, very much.
Now I want a pot pie.
I want a chicken drumstick.
I had chicken today for dinner.
Continue, Drizzle.
Okay, so I guess we have to pass it to our guest now then?
If you're finished, then yeah.
Yeah, she can go.
Alright, floor's yours, Desert.
Alright, my favorite part the positive that I'm drawing from the episode is the character development they gave to Princess Luna. I mean, you find out that she can be a bit of a prankster, and you know, she's trying to reacclimate her personality from the past 1,000 years being trapped on the moon, because things that are acceptable 1,000 years ago aren't acceptable in modern Equestria, so she has to adjust her personality to modern Equestria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that side of Luna.
I also think it was like a nice, fine introduction to the character of Princess Luna.
Indeed.
The celestial royal voice.
Way better than the pilot.
It's a Canterlot royal voice.
Whoops.
Whoops.
And this is why having
Like this.
and this is why having partners to correct the boys is always helpful.
Alright, Desert, if you finish with your positive, you can now move on to your negative.
Yeah, you have to go a negative now. Since you were the last to go, you have to go again.
Alright, so the negative. Pinkie Pie always screwing things up for Princess Luna, because you see Princess Luna trying to do what Twilight Sparkle told her to adjust, and then Pinkie Pie comes in and, oh my god, it's Diamond Rune! Ah! And then ruins it. Just ruins it.
Definitely not one of her best days. Do you got anything else, or do you want to pass off to Drizzle?
Actually, believe it or not, mine was sort of similar, but I'm going to elaborate a little more on that. It's not that, it's also that she's messing it up, but it's also overused. Like, they do that like 5 times in the episode itself, and even when they're trying to have like the resolute moment at the end there, it still happens. But I mean, it's funnier at the end there with Rainbow Dash pranking them and such. But like, it's just, I don't know. It seems overused in my opinion. They could have had something else fill those slots too.
That's fair.
Anyways, Crimson. Solar Starblade.
Oh yeah, new name.
I'm here. Alright, let's see here. Negative. Let's see here. It was kind of pointless from seeing how everybody was. Well, I was gonna say how every pony was scared of Luna at first, but Luna didn't realize that it's fun being scared. She thought she did something wrong, which I don't blame her, because I would have been like that too.
How would you feel considering the last time we saw Luna at that point, and then she goes with a drastic redesign, and it's probably the scariest night of the year, so I honestly want to put it past them.
Well, this was a Halloween episode, and the way how everyone saw Princess Luna when she made her appearance, they were scared of her. But that's the point in a Halloween episode. You're supposed to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
And the meaning of being scared is also having fun.
Yeah, nice to see Luna take advantage of that in the end.
That's all I have, and Princess Luna did pretty good in this episode.
Yeah, she did. Kanata, you're up.
Okay, my negative for this episode is Pinkie Pie's reasoning for screaming throughout the episode and making it harder for Luna to be accepted. It felt like her reasoning for screaming was just a little lazy in my opinion. I mean, yes, it did fit in with Nightmare Nights and everything, and screaming can be fun, but there's a time and a place for that. The fact that Luna came back and was trying to be accepted, and yet Pinkie Pie comes in and trying to make it worse and trying to make Twilight's job more difficult just made it that much worse for her character in this episode, in my opinion. I know Pinky is just being Pinky, but she's not dense. She could have really helped Twilight out with Luna, and yet she chose not to. There's a time and a place for fun, and there's a time and a place to help someone out. And the fact that she did not help someone when Luna was having a hard time being accepted, and the fact that she was a bit of a leader with the flows, just made it that much worse, in my opinion.
I mean, Bronimaniacs didn't come across as much better, but to her credit, at least she does it to different ponies.
Yes, Rainbow Dash was not any better at all, but she did it. But her appearances and what she did was brief, but it was still pretty bad. Like her, nearly choking Spike to death.
Yeah, unless she got some karma.
Yeah, but Pinky, come on. This whole reasoning, because it's fun. I'm like, seriously? Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously, Pinky?
Yes, and I hate to bring this up. This kind of feels like a small sample of what Pinky would later turn out to do in that one infamous episode that I think that we already talked about, Venom.
Yes, we did, and yeah, I think she is worse off in here than that episode, but that's just me.
Yeah.
And that being said by a Pinky fan.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, this was when this episode aired, it was before I became a Pinky fan. I didn't become a Pinkie Pie fan until late in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just miles, I take it.
Well, yeah.
And that's all I have to say for my negatives.
David, you're up.
Okay, negatives for this episode. My negative is I kind of felt that this episode didn't really develop Pinkie Pie that well. Because, like everybody said beforehand, she was always trying to... how can I say this? She was trying to steal the spotlight.
I'm starting to notice a trend.
Because it was basically the title of the episode was Luna Eclipsed, and yeah, it was a Luna episode, Luna focused, but Pinkie Pie was always playing her pranks along with Rainbow Dash, but Rainbow Dash had a different, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was just basically Rainbow Dash being Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, basically, But Pinkie Pie, she was just trying to, scare the little fillies, like the Crusaders and Pip and everyone. And, that was comic relief for her, but they kind of overstretched it, It didn't
like I said, this was not the episode to pull off this kind of style. When a character was trying to come back, trying to be accepted and everything, there was no need to go that far with the joke of Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie screaming as much as she did. In fact, I even counted how many different times that she screamed, and I counted 7 different times throughout the episode that she screamed when it came to Luna. 7 different times.
Yeah.
I thought those 7 different times was when she squeaked like a chicken.
Yeah, the chicken joke. I understood the chicken joke, right? Because she was dressed up.
I thought Scootaloo would be the one that would dress as a chicken.
Nope.
Why do we always have to...
I don't think that meme had quite set in yet by this point.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think the Scootaloo chicken joke was...
Kill it with fire.
Anyways. You got anything else, David?
By the way, any pony watch on Kentucky Fried Scootaloo?
No, thank you, Looney.
No, thank you.
I'm good.
Yeah, and I'm also good for my negative, so I'll...
Alright, you're up, Balto.
My negative, okay. So, who here remembers the season 1 opening? Where at the end... everyone's like, yay, everyone's done. Oh, yay, let's put this flower necklace around Luna. She's good again, yay. And then we get this episode where they are just afraid of her again because...
You took my point, screw you.
You know what? I don't care.
We all have very similar negatives here. It's okay.
Yeah, we all do.
Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bill's even more than these movies. But anyways, like I said, they just fear her out of nowhere again for no reason. So whoever was before me, I believe it was Loons here. Go ahead.
Yes, it was Looney. Your turn, buddy. Looney.
Looney, yoo-hoo.
Moon Pony.
Moon Pony, Moonbeam.
I
where
know
are
he's there. He was just DMing me.
Zip King.
Looney.
Oi, Moonbat.
Feels like I got called away for something.
Should we wait or should we pass it on to somebody else?
We could probably pass it on to someone else, and then once that person is done, we'll go back to see if Looney is available again.
Alright. Well, by that logic, then I'm up next. You know, it's funny, you guys keep on mentioning my only two negatives. Those are my only two negatives about the entire thing. But, since both points were taken, I might as well just stay in both. It was both Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash. I just don't like how both these characters were portrayed. I mean, Rainbow Dash's, scare pranks were kind of funny at first, but then, when I learned where Pinkie and Luna were reconciling, it's just Rainbow. That was poorly timed.
Yep.
Well, and it makes me more appreciative that she actually got some karma, thanks to Luna.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough of a karma. I mean, yes, it was a bit of a karma, but it wasn't enough to the point of what she actually did and what she actually pulled off.
Actually, I think it's just enough, because she just got a taste of her own medicine.
I mean, I think the karma that she got in 28 Plays Later was better than the karma that she got in this episode, in my opinion.
Funny, because she was worse in that episode. But as for Pinkie, like I said, definitely not one of her best days. Or nights, if you want to be technical.
Yeah.
It's probably my least fair portrayal for Pinkie, and that's saying something. And, I mean, it just felt, you know, I really can't think of a way to say it, but, yeah.
It felt forced, you know. Pinkie's dialogue and everything and what she did, it felt forced.
Yeah, it kind of did. Yeah, it did force. It felt all overdone, and that's if it was toned down a little bit. Like maybe when Luna canceled Night Midnight, at least make Pinkie Pie feel a bit guilty, and she was like, "Oh, oops, I probably should do something about this."
And it's funny that you bring that up because Pinkie loves Nightmare Nights. I thought, you know, I thought she would be a bit more serious about that tragic news. I mean, the foils were more sad than Pinkie Pie did.
Yeah, it definitely paints a negative light on her part. Like I said, those are my only two negatives about the entire thing. So that being said, Shopwit, it's your turn.
I got nothing because the same point. The fact that they were in season 1, they were celebrating the return of Luna and all rainbow and sunshine, happy everyone, and suddenly Nightmare Boo, run! She's gonna eat us.
You're welcome, Sharpwood.
Well, to be fair, Shopwit, and I'm saying this to Balto too, but to be fair, first of all, it is Nightmare Night, and second of all, how would you feel if you saw Luna in season 1, and you haven't seen her for a long time, and then you see her like this? That's a pretty drastic change.
I mean,
Maybe the
Glowing Mains is nothing new. We see that from Celestial.
Maybe the town thought Nightmare Moon was back since she appeared on night at Nightmare Night. Maybe if she appeared any other day, the town wouldn't be as scared of her. But she happened to come back at the one day that, people would think, oh, Nightmare Night's coming back.
Not to mention this.
Okay, my internet came back.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay.
It's my turn.
If shop is finished, then yeah.
I think I am finished. Not much to add.
Alright, go ahead, Looney.
Okay. Needs more Luna. Just kidding. The endings never really made very much sense to me. Twilight's plan to help Luna fit in and not scare every pony was by having her scare every pony. Where's the logic in that?
I don't know, ask Pipsqueak.
Well, the purpose of Nightmare Night is for everyone to, be scared and have fun with it. The thing is, they kind of blurred the lines between when did they get scared for fun and when did they get scared for real. They kind of blurred those lines because they kind of mix both of those combinations in, so you can't tell are they scared for real or are they scared for fun, because the purpose of Nightmare Nights is for everyone to, be scared for fun. The foils were having fun, being scared at the end of the episode, and yet throughout the episode everyone was scared for real, so they kind of blurred the lines.
It's the same thing that Crimson said. They were scared of Luna every other time, and they were scared for real, but at the end they were scared for fun. I don't get it.
To quote Pipsqueak, scary, but fun.
Yeah.
What made that last time fun, but all the other times was legitimately scary? That makes sense.
Anyway, before we get to our ratings, can I just say one thing? Actually, I'll say that when I get to my ratings. So, it's time for our ratings, so Shopwit, you're first.
I don't know. There isn't much negative to say about this episode, but there isn't, to be honest, much positive to say about this episode. Because, come on, the points were pretty much repeating itself in this whole podcast.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
I'm personally not a big fan of this episode, but I'm not saying it's bad. 3.5.
Alright, so basically you're somewhere in the middle.
A little bit above middle. The middle will be 2.5.
Yeah, if you want to be technical. Alright, my turn? Okay. Like I said, Pinky and Rainbow Dash were my only two negatives, but they were kind of, didn't really impact my overall enjoyment in the episode. I still love this episode, and it's one of my go-to episodes for Halloween. That being said, I'm giving this episode a 5 out of 5 rating. I enjoyed it that much. I thought season 2 started off very strongly. And oh yeah, did anyone forget to mention that awesome intro from Luna as she descends from the sky?
Bat ponies!
Ignore that.
Bat ponies.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, seriously, that intro was freaking. That intro.
Viewers, please. Sorry,
but that intro to Luna was freaking amazing. Best entrance ever. And that's
also, please. Sorry.
I was only gonna one more thing. And her cape was made of bats. That was freaking cool.
It was amazing.
But anyways, enough of me gushing. So, Looney.
Well, I'd say this was a great introduction to Luna's character and to the concept of Nightmare Night. And with this episode only having a couple of minor flaws, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Alrighty.
My turn.
Yes.
Not bad, not good. 3 out of 5.
Okay. Next is David.
Yeah, my rating for this episode was 4 out of 5. Like I said, this episode was a really good starter episode for the holiday arc. But there was way too much Pinkie Pie interaction, and that kind of lowered my score.
Alright, next is Kanata?
I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 5. It was nice to see Luna come back and have a bit of development. It was nice to hear some of the origins of Nightmare Night and how it got started and some of the traditions that they do in Nightmare Night. And the small scene with Twilight and Luna going to Fluttershy's house, that was like one of the best small scenes throughout the entire season 2, in my opinion. The only big problem was, Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie throughout this episode, but they're not too much of a deal breaker. It was still overall a very fun episode to watch, despite them too.
Door slam. In context of that Fluttershy scene, door smack.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be a door.
I thought you wanted to be a tree.
They're both wood.
Flutter door.
Flutterwood.
Door shy.
Crimson. Your turn for your rating, Crimson.
Well, for the episode so far, it was pretty interesting, but I'm gonna have to agree with David. Too much interaction with the Pinkie Pie thing, because it didn't go to a minimum, because we saw so much of Pinkie, a lot more than any other pony else.
So 4 out of 5 from you, I'm guessing.
Yep, it was still a good episode though.
Alright, Drizzle.
Fun episode. I don't have many issues, and the ones I do have are pretty mild. I'm gonna have to give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay. Oh, wrong thing. 4.5 for you. Nice.
It was a good episode overall. Minor issues here and there, mostly Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash's. Yeah, I would give the episode 4.5 out of 5. Minor issues, but good episode overall.
All right, on a roll here.
Floofy Pie.
Anyways, give me a moment here so I can do the math here.
Don't mess up.
Oh, ha.
Mathematical.
Whenever I hear math, this quote from Bentley from 1 and 2 just comes into my head, where he's like, "If I did my math right, and I always do my math right."
Don't divide by 0.
You think I do not know that?
I mean, you did say you were bad at math.
But I'm good at basic math.
I know. I still beat you in a trivia murder party game.
Yeah, whatever. But anyways, the overall group rating for Lunar Eclipsed is not that. It is a 4 out of 5.
Nice. Pretty much what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that one going.
Yeah, what about the start off season 2 of Bronimaniacs Discuss?
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching. Special thanks to Desert Rainstorm for being our special guest.
Thank you for having me.
And also, I want to do a special thank you to Aura for Desert Vector that is shown right here. Link to her Twitter and Twitter will be in the description below if you wish to check her out. She's really awesome. And
Jeez.
And yeah, thank you all guys for watching this season 2 premiere of Bronimaniacs Discuss. Tune in next time where we go for the big one. Because next week we'll be covering the My Little Pony movie.
Alright.
Yeah, in the movie.
Ooh,
Sweet.
I'll make the popcorn.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Okay, every pony, it's time to be awesome.
So that being said, we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye, every pony.
Bye. Venom, are you turning into a fluffy chicken?
And about that post
Don't
show.
be silly, Looney. He's eating candy.
Shit.
Like we're